I am going through the same thing now. They say I have to get approved and Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nessa. For those who are new, please like, comment, and subscribe, and share with a friend and a family. Today I am going to do reading my YouTube comments. These comments are from an old previous video like a year ago where I had problem with my downstairs neighbors from my old apartment. Up to this day, I'm still having comments from this video. I'm going to be sharing my comments. I'll put in the link to my end card. I can go and watch the video and see all the weird and crazy comments and experience what people went through with their upstairs and downstairs neighbor. So let's get on with the video. This first person, she was saying, I am going through the same thing now. They say I have to get approved and I'm pissed. Why do you need to get approved that your neighbor's making noise? You're telling them they're making their noise. I mean, the only proof that you could get is that either your next neighbor could hear them or you call the cops. That's how I feel that this whole situation could resolve. If they can't help you, call the cops. This second person, I don't know why they allow tenants to have these loud speakers. It to be like a sound bar or a big DJ speaker, cause regular Bluetooth ain't gonna be doing all of that. I don't know why people don't have respect. They know these cheap apartments don't have walls. We can hear you breathe basically. These apartments are like cheap. They're like lumber, wood, or whatever you call it, or sheet rack, or whatever you call it, sheet rack. You could go on the wall and you can make a noise. It's not like concrete where you can't hear nothing. It's just concrete wall. But these walls, you could hear everything. Even hear you ponging on the wall or you making loud noise. It's like ridiculous. And me now, what I do if I hear these things on the wall, I am going to knock on the wall. That's what I'm gonna do, unless you're known. So this other young lady told me, I am watching this because lurking my bed and couch is moving. I never experienced of my bed and my couch moving. I experienced my bed vibrating from the music. This other young lady saying, hiya, it is like 1 o'clock a.m. in the morning, actually night, here in Ireland. I'm trying to sleep. Now she swear, I'm not gonna swear on my channel, it's making so much noise. There is no need much such noise late at night when I'm trying to sleep. Annoying. I live above him and her. The floor is not soundproof. You can hear every noise so clearly, driving me mad. No need to make noise. Very annoying. I know you're frustrated. I know you're upset. I know you're frustrated with all the noise. I don't know about Ireland. In a situation like that, you need to call the police. That's how I feel. He or she comment. Some people are inconsiderate. It's unbelievable. I asked my neighbor to stop their kids dumping on the ceiling and cracks are now appearing. I can't sleep. So they're screaming I'm a crackhead because I complained about a 2 and a 3-year-old noise. I have to go to the authority now. No, I understand kids gonna be kids, they're gonna make noise regardless, but I feel like as a parent who live in upstairs or downstairs, I feel like you should tell your kids be quiet. There are people who's upstairs, downstairs. There's no need to call authority, but if they're really smart, they will say, okay, the neighbor's saying that you guys making noise, we need to turn on the voice or the noise. This other person, he said, this make me sick. My kids wake up late because the music downstairs, neighbor playing their music loud as. I talked to the people at the office, still nothing being done. Tired of this sick crap. Now, when you go to the management leasing, you could be complaining 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. They're not gonna study it. You know why? They're getting their rent money. They don't care about you. They're in their own happy apartment, sleeping, and you dealing with noisy kids or noisy neighbors downstairs. So my best advice to you, call the police or move. If you're at least gonna up the fire soon, move. This young lady said, I'm currently in a situation. I have done everything. All the cops told the management, not told the management, nothing being done. I even spent money moved on the upper floor. Now I'm dealing with the next door beating on the wall all day, playing music where I feel the floor is shaking. I bought a white noise machine and it's been helping so far. In a situation like that, I'm gonna pong on the wall. If I have to take 2 sticks, I'm ponging on the wall. We gonna play Battlefield. And I'm glad that the noise machine is working for you. Proud of you. Next one. Gee, our next door neighbor played the music so loud until our floor vibrated. migraine. I've been there. And play the TV loud as well. Been there. It gave me a migraine. It didn't give me migraine. I lost sleep. I was like a zombie. The noise was getting to me. I can't even study in the living room anymore. They even play their music outside. They don't speak English. When they don't speak English, that's the word. You can't get them attention. You don't know how to speak Spanish, and they don't know how to speak English. They don't speak English, so I had to use my phone translate. Do we have to hear your music? You're the only ones enjoying it. Can you turn some bass down? I don't mind music, but when it's so loud to where it's inconsiderate and disturbing, that's not cool. I play music back. I ask the management to talk to them. Next time I'm calling police, I don't play my TV or music loud, only if I have to. All my advice to you, call the police. See what they're gonna do. Because if they can't talk English, that's the worst thing. I mean, no offense. Hispanic people, especially they don't know English and they don't understand, it's not gonna get to their head. They're gonna continue doing it until the leasing management hearing all these complaints and they have to let them go. I noticed that when you live in an apartment, they can make the most noise they want, but at a certain time when it comes to like 9 o'clock, the music, the TV need to turn down, but not up here. All like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock when I was dealing with my downstairs neighbor. He was making noise with the TV, playing games, playing music. All I could hear was everything. And it's not only the floor, you could hear from his window coming, all the noise coming up in my window and the floor at the same time. This other person comment, all they care about is getting the tenants money for rent, which that is true. Not right. Besides, you have children. Keep it at it. They got to be a solution. That's all they care about is the money. They don't care about you. She made another comment and said, I had this problem for 2 years. Even though you talk to them polite, they still do it. And the management won't do anything. You got that right, honey? That's why I moved out of the country and bought a house. You did a good thing. Buying a house is the best thing to do. You don't have to live next to anybody. You make as much noise you want. You don't have to worry about who making noise, who have the dogs barking, and so on. People have no respect for others nowadays. They don't. They seem like they favor the ones that making the ridiculous noise, which is that's true. Because the guy who was living downstairs, she wasn't telling him anything. She was favoring him. You know what she told me? There's nothing she could do about it. There is something you could do about it, because in the lease it stated if a neighbor complaining 1 warning, 2 warning, 3 warning, they got paid like $50 or something like that because you're making noise. She didn't do that because they're guys, so she ain't gonna do nothing about it. It was a worst manager in management place. There's another comment. Why does everyone think it's always the upstairs neighbor? It's not always the upstairs neighbor. It's always the downstairs neighbor. My downstairs neighbor smokes 4 packs a day. They blaze the TV, computer speakers from around midnight and don't stop all night. Right under my bed. Bass buzz vibrate my floor and bed, closet door and door, slamming door at night. Furniture moving at 2 o'clock. I feel you, Ness. That means me. This is hell. I'm about to lose my mind. Talking does no good. No help from the management for years. Low income, can't afford to move. I understand where you're coming from, and dealing with neighbors, especially with the noise, smoking, and especially you have allergy and sinus, it's not very healthy for your mental health. Because noise for me now, it had driven me to the point I was going not crazy, but I was going crazy. It's like every noise I hear is like, what's that noise? Somebody slamming the door, somebody slamming the car, somebody making music, somebody having on the TV loud, somebody playing games, he making noise, his roommate making noise. And it's like it was just getting to me to the point that I had to take sleeping pills for me to sleep, not to miss sleep, because I had to go to work the next day. I understand that you have a low income and you can't afford to move and you just don't want to give up the opportunity, but sometimes in life you have to sacrifice either your happiness or you deal with the noise or your mental health. Another comment from a lady, everyone think their noise bothers others. We all bother each other. That's true. That's apartment life, especially if it's cheap, poorly built apartments. Some people exist with door slamming, something like gorillas, kids running and jumping, blah blah blah. What to do? Everyone is mad at each other. We hear toilet flush sound like a waterfall behind my walls with other showers. I have running kid over my head, adults that act like out of control, teens next door with lots of gathered rat company, loud screaming, fighting, slamming the door to be evil. I pray the door fly off the hen. Lots of house guests living there, just trash, blah blah. I dealt with a situation with a kid next door. The guy and the girl, I didn't know the girl was smoking. The guy always smoking. And then the little boy making a bunch of noise. They were just irritating. They were just annoying. They were slamming the door and all kind of things. They didn't really make noise with music. Kid and their little baby was making too much noise. I couldn't deal with it, and the smoking was horrible. And then they always have somebody coming there. It just annoying. I never deal with teenagers or college kids. It's mostly big adult people who always have to make noise. I don't understand. This other one made a comment, the worst neighbor I ever had were neighbors that lived below me. I was pregnant at the time and nearly lost my mind over disturbance. We moved a day before I went into labor because I could not take it anymore. 10 years later, now I have an issue with the rental unit next to my neighbor. It's common misconcept that living on top of the floor is quiet. Living on top of the floor is not quiet. It might be quiet, but it's not quiet. If you have somebody downstairs and making noise, that same noise is going to go upstairs. In my new apartment, there's nobody living downstairs, which that's cool. There are floors that creak, there are walls that make noise, or if you turn on the bathroom vent that make noise, but otherwise, I try not to let it bother me. This other one was complaining, he or she, people below me used to play their music, TV, etc. loud all the time, day and night, till 7 o'clock in the morning. Very disrespectful. I have a soundbar starting to listen to the Space Starship 12 hours on here through the subwoofer, which drown out the noise it worse. I have hardwood floor in apartment, so I used to walk around the hard bottom shoe all the time. This other one comment and say, yes, this is me, 100,000% downstairs neighbor. Blasting music, my floor is vibrating, the next door neighbor clock fell off the wall insane. They have been doing this for years. Apparently we are the first ones to get them together, and now we are suing the landlord because they refuse to do anything about it. I'm sick and tired of it. I hate to say, but I live in a better part of the town. The police would actually do something. Also, yes, they're very spiteful. When you ask them nicely, turn it down. We did not even ask the neighbor to turn it off. We asked them to turn off the bass. Shake my hand. Now they have been making threats with us. They are bat crazy. Now that is crazy. Now to end this, my conclusion, when I was dealing with my downstairs neighbor, he would be making noise with his TV, playing video games, talking and making a bunch of noise with his car, slamming the door, his car door, slamming his front door. It was crazy. And especially when they slammed the door, the window in my living room shaking. So imagine what I had to deal with. I tell the manager, she never do nothing about it. She said she talked to them 1, 2, 3 times. They sent out a letter about making noise around your neighbor, turn on your noise. They didn't study about the letter, they threw it away. And I feel like that was always my time. They gave me a number to call the police. I never called the police. I took it to matter. So what I do, this is what I do. He works in the night or whatever he do. He was a security guard. Come home, he made all the noise. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. By 6 o'clock, I'm gonna make all the noise I want. You're sleeping now, and I was sleeping, you were making noise, I'm gonna make the noise. So when he used to make noise, he used to take all kind of thing and throw it on the floor. That's the noise. You're making too much noise. We don't need to hear this. Nobody don't make no noise upstairs. And the noise is just get to me and it gets to my daughter. It wasn't bothering my son because it wasn't really bothering him, but it was really bothering my mental health. It was like every noise I hear, it was just annoying. So I couldn't deal with that. But I'm glad that I moved from there. I was not happy about it. I first lived there, I was happy, but these 2 guys, they were making too much noise. One of his roommate moved because he couldn't deal with it no more because we were making noise that they were making noise. I was like, you can't be wrong and want to be right. It don't work. So you broomstick and hit our floor. You the one making noise. And the other next neighbor, he used to hear all of that, but he never used to say anything. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share with a friend. I'm gonna leave the link in the description box so you can check out the video. My downstairs noisy neighbor.